With me is Henriette Theron. Now, Henriette is the head of research at PPS Investments. Henriette, welcome.
Thanks to you.
Today, we are talking about the PPS Equity Fund. First of all, what is the PPS Equity Fund?
It's a domestic-only equity fund, and it consists of a concentrated combination of active SA equity managers.
All right, let's unpack that. Domestic equity fund, active domestic equity fund. What does that active mean?
So, it's a multi-managed solution. So we try to combine or identify and combine managers with specific skills that's expected to perform in different times in the cycle. So in the construction of the PPS Equity Fund, we are very conscious to identify managers that with top-down and bottom-up skill sets, just because we know that in South Africa, similar to other emerging markets, the equity market is primarily driven by macro factors. So the goal of this fund is to combine managers with different but complementary investment styles.
And therefore you get the diversification of manager styles in different environments. The big benefits of a multi-managed fund, what are those?
Well, that's, as you said now, it's the benefit of investing with managers with different investment styles. So I think the main benefit is that it adds an extra layer of diversification. So there's no need for the investor to change the mix of the underlying managers, given that the multi-managed solution is already designed to mitigate the investment style risk. Then another benefit is that it provides access to the key decision makers of the portfolios, and we spend lots of time with these decision makers to ensure that the underlying mandates in our solutions are still meeting our expectation and can continue to play the role in the multi-managed solution. Then finally, it can be very daunting to analyze the thousands of funds that's available in South Africa. So a multi-managed solution provides a very easy entry point for investors to the countries and the world's top asset managers in a very diversified single solution.
So you sit on top as head of research at PPS Investments, and then this fund, the PPS Equity Fund, will have various managers that are building blocks within this fund. How does that differ from a single manager fund, or rather what's the benefits of a multi-manager fund versus a single manager fund?
So with a single managed fund, the investment style is very much driven by the investment style of the asset manager house. So the portfolio will be managed according to that unique or specific investment style. Yes, it will also be diversified across instruments and asset classes. But in a multi-managed solution, you also get that benefit of the instruments and asset class diversification, but it will provide a style diversification. So there, the aim is to identify and combine managers with different return drivers, and therefore will give you a much smoother return profile over time.
What for me is interesting, and I am going to come back to a point, when you say different drivers of performance, that means you will not only look at last year or the previous year's performance, but you will take it into context. You will look at the market. How would you approach that?
So, it's very important the environment in which the performance is delivered. So for us, you need to understand the manager in depth. You need to understand how they approach portfolio construction, and not every investment style is expected to perform through every market cycle. So it's very important to know exactly when this manager will perform in order to combine them with another investment strategy that potentially will not do that well at that specific time.
And the investor, the individual person who invests in the fund, doesn't have to worry about this. He doesn't have to chop and change. You will do that on his behalf.
Yes, so that's the benefits. The key benefit of a multi-managed solution is we have a team of analysts that will look and analyze asset managers on a daily basis to ensure that the manager is still delivering on the investment objective, and that there's no style drift in the portfolio, to ensure that the combined solution is still well diversified and can perform at different times in the market cycle.
All right, the PPS Equity Fund, what is the benchmark? What are you trying to achieve?
the aim of the benchmark is to outperform the Capswix index, and the index contains roughly 160 of South Africa's largest companies listed on the JSE, where the allocation to each company is limited to 10% to mitigate concentration risk.
And that's what you're trying to, the aim of the fund. Where would you say this would fit into the portfolio of an investor?
So it's suitable for an investor who wants to gain exposure to South African equity markets, or it can be used as a building block in a multi-asset solution.
Henriette, thank you very much.